Good morning. This is going to be my what I read in September wrap-up video. However, I don't think I'm gonna have a minute to actually sit down and film a normal, like, you sit down and you talk for minutes on end about what you read this month. I need to just plug in when I can throughout the day. So this is more of a vlog style recap, which I think it makes sense for me. Like, it makes sense that I'm just doing this in vlog format because that's what I love the most. So today, hopefully by the end of today, I will have recapped all of the books that I read in September. I have read, I don't even know how many I've read. I read 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I only read 6 books? Okay. 6. Well, we're gonna start with book number 1. Athena's here. It's early in the morning. It's not even 7:30. She woke up at 7. I was up at 6:30. And we are just on the balcony getting our morning sun. She's appreciating the, oh, I don't think it's gonna pick it up. The sun behind the clouds there. She says it's the forest fire. I told her the forest fires are over, but she insists that no, that is the forest fire over there. So unfortunately, Manitoba, we still have those damn forest fires. Okay, let's tell you about the first book I read in September. It was My Father Came from Italy. Oh my gosh, that was such a good one. I gave it 5 stars. It's by first-generation Canadian woman named Maria Coletta McLean from Ontario, and she is just, oh, I have to switch arms. My arm is getting heavy holding the phone. So it tells the story of her father coming to Canada and her going back to that small town. Hey. Her going back to that small town and reconnecting with it and wanting to bring her father back there. It was a very short book. It was 200 pages, like between 200 and 250. It was written back in like 2000. I found it at the Salvation Army bookstore in Charleswood. On my last vlog, I guess, actually, is when I would have gotten it. Or maybe a different time, regardless. I would really recommend that book for 1, it being so short, 2, it just being so sweet. You go inside, honey. It being so sweet and touching. She takes her dad back there and just like, you can tell how much that meant to him to go back and how at home he felt. So it was really special. It was just a really special story. 5 out of 5, and she has a second one that I want to get from the library, and it's more about her integrating herself into that little town because her and her husband bought a home there and they spend time there every year. Okay, see, now I gotta go in and do other things. So this is why I can't sit down and do one whole video, but that is book 1 of 6 that I read in September. So throughout this vlog, I'll just vlog our day as well, and I'm starting a brand new book. This is Walk, Eat, Repeat by Lindy Machevsky, which I'm not sure which part of Canada she's from. Ontario. She lives in Kingston, Ontario. I'm really excited for this. Culinary adventures on the Camino de Santiago, like travel and food. What could be a better book for me? And I have my coffee here, which unfortunately is already gone, a little cold. Not cold, but it's just not like nice and hot. Oh well. I'm gonna try to read the preface, or chapter 1. Ugh, I don't think I can read full chapter. I gotta start getting ready for the day. I'll read a few pages and see you in the next clip. I read 2 pages and have to go. But I have to say, I'm really excited because I've already started taking notes. I took 2 notes. I haven't taken notes like this in a book in so long. And I don't know why. I don't know if it's because I haven't been like really inspired by what I've been reading. I used to take a lot of notes when I was trying to get a book journal going. You know, to have things to put in the book journal. And then I just fell off of that. And there were just a lot of lines here that I was like, I love this. I want to write this down. So maybe I will ambitiously pick up a book journal again. Okay, the babies were crying. I gotta go. Good morning, Charlie baby. I'm feeding Charlie his breakfast while finishing season 3 of Bridgerton. And this actress, Nicola Coughlan, she looks so freaking great in this season. Hi. Did you have a nice sleep? ¿Más agua? Muy bien. I finished Bridgerton. Not my favorite season, but I liked the final episode. Like, I'm really looking forward to what's next for Benedict's season. Francesca, so that book was my favorite. Between The Duke and I and Francesca's book, those were 2 of my favorite of the whole series. And they obviously have changed. I guess his name was Michael. That's why they chose Michaela. Like, so they changed the man into a woman for Francesca's love interest. And I understand why they're doing it. I think they're doing it because, one, they want more representation of other people. No, those are Charlie's overalls.
Overalls? When do I have overalls?
We'd have to get you some. We can look when we go to Once Upon a Child next. And because, oh, well, spoiler, if you're a big Bridgerton person and you're watching this, which no one probably is, spoiler for the next season. Athena, girl, please give me a minute. This is exactly why I told you I don't have time to sit down and make a full video. There she is. There she is. There's that cutie patootie girl. Anyway, just let me finish my thought on Bridgerton. Spoiler alert. Kilmartin dies. Like, he dies shortly after they get married, and she's really heartbroken in the book. It takes her a while to get over it, and then she gets together with a cousin. So I imagine, well, I don't know if like we're gonna open season 3 or season 4 of the show and he's gonna be dead, or if he's still gonna be in it and he will die during the season. And then because she's a widow, she is really like the only person in the show that can full on be in a same-sex relationship. Because as a widow, like, there's no expectation for her. I think back in the day, there was like no expectation for her to remarry or anything because she already had been married. So she could technically like live with his cousin on the estate, and she's just the companion, right? So I think that's how they're gonna spin it. But probably in real life, like at that young of age, she would be expected to remarry again, and people would be offering, like they would be proposing to her because she's so young, she doesn't have kids, and yeah. I understand why they made Michaela and not Michael, but that was my favorite Bridgerton novel. So I'm a little sad they're not doing their romance. I guess they're gonna do it the best they can with Michaela. She's a very beautiful actress, that actress. I don't know her name, I should look her up, and so is Francesca. Like, Francesca is just so gorgeous. And then her match, this Michaela woman, is really, 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 really pretty. Okay, time to get ready and leave this house. Okay. Come on, Turkey. He's able. I know he is able. I know my Lord is able to carry me through. Charlie, more or all done? Charlie, more or all done?
Charlie!
Charlie! Are you eating more or are you all done?
I'm eating more.
More. More or all done? None? You want more? More. Okay, more. The kids and I were just at the park. We walked to the park near where our play group is, having lunch, and then we're gonna play here before we go home for Charlie's nap. The next book I read in September was Park. Yes, Park. The newest Ruth Ware book, and I can't even remember the name. I have to go back and look. So let me look on my Goodreads and then tell you what I thought about it. Okay, so it is called One Perfect Couple. I gave it a 1 out of 5. Did not like it. Basically, it's about... I listened to the audiobook, and we have a woman. She's a scientist. She's a doctor, but like a PhD doctor. Can you do that, doctor? She's a doctor. She's an actual doctor. I don't know why I'm putting air quotes. She's dating an actor, and he wants to go on this reality dating show to, you know, up his profile. And they go. There are 6 couples, and they're on this secluded island in Indonesia, and they essentially become stranded on that island, and then people start dying. So for me, like, it sounds great. You know, I love reality TV. I like when reality TV is mixed into literature. You know, people on an island dying, you know, kind of like Lord of the Flies vibes. And it kept going and going, and I'm waiting for some kind, like, something to happen. I'm waiting for a twist. I'm waiting, you know, because it's the person that you think it is. It's so obvious, like, so it can't be him because it's too obvious. And I'm waiting and waiting and waiting, and I waited right up until the very end, and it just nothing interesting happened. So Ruth Ware is hit and miss for me. Like, I think my favorite books of hers are the ones that she wrote in the beginning of her career, like The Cabin in the Woods, The Woman in Cabin 10. Even now, looking back on it, I think I liked The It Girl more than I gave at the time. And same with The Lock and Key, or whatever that one was. But then some of the other ones I like really, like The Lying Game. Ugh. So yeah, that was book number 2, was Ruth Ware, that I listened to. Yeah, I think I have to end there. There are some other kids coming to the park here, so I don't think I can film anymore. But yes, see you in the next clip. I think I can bang out another one. I read Sunrise on the Reaping, which is the latest of the Hunger Games books, a prequel to Katniss's, you know, trilogy. It's Haymitch's story. I gave it a 4 out of 5. I just love those books. I love all of her, like, her illustrations and how she just writes so, how do I say this? Like, okay, in this last book, I think she was being a bit more obvious. Like, she would like write things out for the reader, whereas before she didn't need to. Like, I knew how to read between the lines of her writing, and this time she was writing things out more. Like, she would say something and then have another sentence clarifying, like, I wrote this because I want you to understand this, get this from it. And I didn't give it 5 because I just think that like she was in a hard spot trying to, she already has Hamish's or Katniss's story, and she has Hamish as a character in that story. So she needed to fit him into this box, and the box that she fit him into of being like a lone drunk, it just like, it's forced. It's forced in this book. What's wrong, baby? The sun? You don't like the sun there? Then let's go somewhere else. What, you want your sticker off? Yeah. Okay. What else? Like, I liked how she had the, oh, what are they called? The, like the gypsies of District 12. I liked that she had those characters in there more, and we got to see more of that culture and more of those people. I thought it was weird, like how she tied in like his best friend was Katniss's dad. Like, I don't know, I thought that was kind of not necessary. But of course, just like going to the games, meeting all of the kids. Nom nom, there's no more food. It's all gone. Okay, can't say much more about Sunrise on the Reaping, but like I love getting to know the kids, and you see the dynamics, and there's just so much, like so many themes in her novels that like are really great talking points and really good things to think about. Do I have anything else to say about Sunrise on the Reaping? This is why I need to book journal, because I need to like have all of my thoughts down, written. My sister, it's her book and she lent it to me. She actually said that it was like, she thinks like it's trying too hard and she didn't really enjoy it, but I don't know, I still really, really enjoyed it, and I would recommend everyone who read The Hunger Games to go and read it. I think you should. So, okay, that's it. That's book number 3. 3 more to go, and I have half a day, so I can do this.
Where are they going?
The Covey. That's what the gypsy people in Hunger Games are called in District 12. The Covey. I remembered without help. I'm really happy about that. Okay, magically both the kids are sleeping. Well, Charlie always has a nap, and we don't let Athena nap anymore, even though sometimes she wants to or falls asleep in the car. Usually I wake her up, but she woke up early, like an hour earlier than she normally does, and I really just wanted some time to myself. I did a yoga class, like a YouTube yoga video, and now I'm going to tell you about the 4th book that I read in September. But before I do that, I want to show you, what's it called, like I flipped. I made a flan yesterday. It was my first time making flan, and there were some mistakes. That's why I did it yesterday, because I'm making a flan for Saturday for my friend's barbecue, and I had never made it before, so I wanted to make sure I can do it. I received advice once, I can't remember from where, like a cookbook or something, some kind of like celebrity chef, and they said never test a recipe on the day you're gonna eat or the day you're gonna have people over, because what if something goes wrong? And it's very good advice. So anyway, here's my flan. You can tell, here, I'll take it out of the fridge. Like, you can tell that it's not super pretty. Like, the edges are browned. I don't think it's the caramel. I think it was overcooked. I was overcooking it because I didn't know, like, you have to jiggle it when it's in the oven, and it's supposed to be like firm on the edges but wiggly in the middle. I just wasn't sure when to take it out, and also mine was puffing up, so like you can see it's like wrinkly here, like all around the edge, is because it puffed up and then deflated. And from what I understand, the reason is because I over whipped the custard, and then on the inside there are bubbles, and that can be from over whipping or from too much heat or like overcooking. So I definitely overwhipped and I overcooked. But you know what? It tastes good. And the texture is not that bad. So I'm really happy with it for my first time. But now I know what not to do when I make my other one tomorrow. And I'm actually going to serve it in I'm gonna bake it in a loaf pan. So serve it like a rectangle shape. So yeah, that's what I've been up to. And okay, the fourth book that I read in September was Maybe Next Time by Cesca Major. I gave this book 2 out of 5. This is a British author. I also listened to the audiobook for this one. Like, the excerpt on the back says it's one day meets Groundhog Day. So I think they're saying it's, okay, the story is about a 40-year-old mom, like married, 2 kids, living in London. She has a full-time job. She has a career as a book agent. Book agent? That's what they're called, right? When you have an agent, yeah, a book agent. And it's just her reliving the same day over and over and over again. And I don't think it's a spoiler by saying, like, at the end of the, well, I'm not gonna say, in case you read it. Even though I gave it 2 out of 5, I don't know if I would say don't pick it up. Like, I like the books of like reliving the same day over and over again. So I think the reason they say it's like one day is because of like the tragicness of it and just like learning big life lessons. And the reason it's like Groundhog Day is obviously because she's living the same day over and over again. She lives the same day over and over again for like way longer than I ever thought any author was gonna go with it, but for a really, really, really long time. And you know what? I think because I was just so eager to finish it, I don't remember how it ends. I don't remember how it ended. Like, I remember it's like she gets to a point where she just like tries to relive the day the best way that she can. And by like being really aware of her needs, her kids' needs, her friends' needs, her husband's needs, her career's needs, and like every day she has little tweaks. And in the end, I can't remember how she gets out of it. So that is annoying. But you know, overall the female character was fine, like relatable, I guess. Like, I don't know, like if that's what some women's lives are like that sounds stressful. I wouldn't want that kind of life. And I don't know if the author was trying to make her like the every woman or not, but I hope not. And I mean, there are some fun parts, some funny parts, like what would you do if you just kept living the same day over and over again? So like there's one scene where she just goes to like the Ritz and has like the most extravagant lunch and is ordering champagne and gets drunk and is dancing in the middle of the room. Like, that's fun and funny. And then there's some like really dark parts. You know, I think it would kind of be a good book club book, actually, to be honest. Like, even though I didn't really like it, I do think it's entertaining. It just kind of gets to the point where, like, okay, like, come on, like, she's just, like, living the same day over and over and, like, get to the end. And there are some things that are so, like, you're so stupid. Why are you doing this? So maybe it would be good for discussion for a book club pick. I don't think I have much else to say. This is why I really need to get that book journal going so I can have all my thoughts organized before I just hop on here and try to like do it on the fly. I just feel like I sit here not speaking, trying to think of stuff to say. So I'm gonna try to read one chapter of that book I started this morning and then wake Athena up and move along with our day. I wonder will he'll catch us in the next clip. The kids and I walked to Starbucks. Athena got a pup cup. I got a decaf iced Americano. And then we're gonna go to Sobeys to get a couple things into Dollarama. And then we'll be home and Carlos will be there so I can finish the last 2 books that I read in September. Yeah. Oh? Wait. Okay, Athena, tell us your joke.
What's the cow's favorite place to be? The movie.
That's a good one, girl. Good morning. It's the next day. I didn't finish my video yesterday. We got home, we ate. I don't even know. I prioritized, I guess, like doing my like a bit of self-care. Like I had a bath and I did a lymphatic drainage massage and I painted my nails and I edited the videos from yesterday, and then I really just didn't have it in me to like pick the camera back up, and it was dark and not great lighting. So anyway, I have a moment now to finish telling you about the last 2 books I read in September. I read North of Normal by Sea Sunrise Person, which was a 5 out of 5. So this is a woman's memoir about growing up, growing up in the wilderness. Oh, I don't even know what that was. And just her chaotic family, extended family. So she was born in Alberta. Her family is American. Her grandfather is a wilderness man and a narcissist. And he, after living a 70s hippie lifestyle in California, he looked around and didn't like the direction his family was going in. Essentially, his teenagers dropping out of school and just being surrounded by directionless people. That's a good word. That was a good one. And he is really untrustworthy of government and just like American society and wants to live away from that. So they decide to move to the Canadian wilderness in Alberta. However, he still brings a lot of his like hippie ideas to the encampment. So he's like a nudist essentially and super free love. Like they spoke about how when they were living in California, like himself and his daughters and son, like there were no closed doors in the house, even when people were having sex. Really disturbing. Like they're teenagers in like 15, 16. Her mom became pregnant with her at 16, got married. And then that marriage lasted 5 months. But she does have contact with the dad. She grows up for the first 4 years of her life, like from age 1.5 to 4, in like essentially like an indigenous person would have, like living in a teepee, hunting. She's like riding horses at 4 and shooting arrows at 4. And then mom meets a man and they go live away from her grandfather, grandmother, and 2 aunties. And then you'd have, like, I really highly recommend, great book. Like, what the heck? This is what I came away with. Like, what the heck actually went on in the 60s and 70s? Like, what? But, like, I don't even know. Like, it just seemed like a crazy time. Like, everyone just smoked. Oh, yeah, and they smoked a lot of weed. They smoked a lot of pot. The mom smoked pot all day, every day, and everyone in the family smoked pot. The mother, so like the grandmother, the mother gave her children pot when they were like 13 and 12. And it was just a crazy wild time. Like, I don't know, the devil was on the earth all over America in those decades. And then she touches on, like, I would say the first 3/4 of the book are her childhood. And then she gets on to like her teenage years and her life as a model. She was like a supermodel. She lived in Europe for a decade modeling. And she begins to unpack. She understands as like a 20-something in her 20s that her childhood has impacted her, and she begins to unpack that in therapy. And she has a second book, and I think the second book is about her unlearning a lot of things or understanding a lot of things about herself and her childhood. And it's just really, really good. And I really want to read her second book. It's like unlike any person's life I've read about. And there's a movie on Netflix, actually. My mom told me. I haven't watched it. So North of Normal, she's a great writer. She writes honestly, but she's compassionate. Like, she doesn't have any like hate towards any of her family members. Or maybe if she did, like, she sorted it all out in therapy. And she comes from a place of understanding why her family members are the way they are. Yeah, and I think it's really nice. Like, she has a husband now, she has 3 kids, and she just kind of found her way. So that was North of Normal. Okay, the last book I read was Between Two Kingdoms by Suleika Jaouad. She's an American. Okay, the story is about her life before, during, and after a cancer diagnosis. And I gave it 2. I gave it 2 stars, 2 out of 5. It just, it started off really good. She has a really interesting life, really interesting childhood, and she's living in Paris, and then she finds out she has cancer, and then she's on this 6-year healing journey. She beats cancer. Like, the odds are so low for the cancer that she has. And then she goes on this road trip across America. And I didn't think the treatment part, the 6 years of treatment, was going to take up as much of the book as it did. But that was the majority of the book. Like, her life pre-cancer was like a great introduction, written really well. Like, just, giving us the perfect amount of information. And then her cancer part was so long. And then this amazing, incredible road trip that she did over 100 days. It seemed like such a short piece, but so yeah, I didn't like that. I'm just trying to think about why I gave it 2. Like, 2 is a low rating. It means I kind of liked it. I just, she's really honest, and I appreciate that. And she, with hindsight, she can say, she can understand why she did some of the things she did, or why she was feeling the way she did. And she can say, yeah, I know I'm being really unappreciative right now, or I know I'm being unfair, but that's just what it was in the moment. And there are some moments where you're like frustrated, or not understanding why she's doing some of the things she's doing, or why she's saying some of the things she's saying, or why she's not being more appreciative. And I'm being hard on her, and she doesn't need that, because she was hard enough on herself. I think her writing style was good, bland, not really distinct or unique. It was just her, I don't know, nothing special. What else can I say about Between? It was like a slog at the end. I almost DNF'd it, to be honest. I think at 60%, I was almost just I don't care. I don't care anymore. I don't care about her story anymore. And then I was like, okay, well, I'm just going to kind of skim the ending. But then the road trip started, and I did get a little bit more curious and reinvested, because she was meeting all these people who had touched her during her time in the hospital. And so hearing their stories was really interesting. Okay, this is going for way too long. This is 9 minutes and 30 seconds. I gotta wrap it up. Yeah, that's it. That's what I read in September. I hope I have a better month for October. Like, I had a 1 and a 2-star in September, but I also had 2 5-stars. That's good. But I hope to read some stuff that are just more my taste and appropriate for the season. It's full on fall now. I want to have all of the fall autumnal vibes. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.